I do feel like these two marigold plants may be too close together. Won't be doing that again. Look at that. I'm just curious to see. Get what you can get and don't catch a fit. That's what I've been doing. Get what I can get and I ain't catching no fit about it. As y'all can see, it's 106 degrees even with the shade cloth. Hey y'all, welcome back to another video. If you are new here, my name is Tiffany. I garden in Zone 9A, Southern Alabama. If you are returning, hey friends. Today we are doing a garden tour. We're gonna harvest some stuff. We're gonna do some updates, all the good things. We actually got some stuff in our garage that's ready for me to up pot, but I'm not gonna up pot it in this video with y'all today, but I will show y'all what's going on in the garage. I probably need to up pot it today because the seedlings are actually really leggy, but I'm gonna have to wait until tomorrow to do it because I'm pressed for time as always, y'all. It's like it's always something going on around me in my zone, but I always still gotta make time for the garden. But anyways, y'all feel free to leave down below how y'all gardens are doing, what y'all got going on. Is it still really hot in y'all area? Are y'all starting to get some type of relief when it comes to the weather? What y'all got going on? As y'all can see, I got high energy today. I don't know what it is. I still got 2 more days left in the work week, but I'm feeling so good today, and I hope y'all are having an amazing day as well. But anyways, we're gonna go ahead on and get started on this garden tour. I'm gonna run out to the garage so I can get my apron so I can go ahead and do my harvesting as I go through the garden tour with y'all. But yeah, that's what we're gonna do. Let me grab my apron and I'll be right back. So the first place we're gonna start is our elevated raised garden bed area, which is on the patio. So if you're new here, this is where we have all of our Vego beds at. All of them have a cover except our easy tomato planter, and of course they don't have anything that's compatible as far as like planters go for the easy tomato planter. So I'm gonna show y'all all of that. The first area we're gonna start in is actually our herb bed. Y'all, who was with us when we first started this herb bed? Like, it's just doing so well. Like, the growth in this bed is amazing. I have mentioned this before, I believe on the short, but these covers that we actually have on our raised beds have a 35% shade cloth. So it's not like a huge amount of coverage when it comes to shade, but it does help with keeping these plants looking nice and healthy. We got our basil right here. I'm actually going to harvest some of that. And we got a little lizard friend. It's always a lizard on this basil, y'all, but he done jumped off now. There's always a few of them that's hanging out in this bed. But anyways, we definitely gonna harvest some of this. And for the sake of time, y'all, I'm gonna just go through each bed and I'll show y'all the beds and I'll come back through and harvest. So we got 2 basil plants that's in this bed. Once upon a time we had 3 in here, but I was like, I think that's just too much. So I did end up moving the 3rd one somewhere else. Our lavender in the back is not doing the best, but it still has some sign of life to it. I do feel like with the lavender, from now on, I think I'm gonna grow my lavender in a space by itself because I feel like the lavender has special type of growing requirements in my opinion. So it's hard to keep it alive when it's in the bed with other stuff. So that's what our lavender looking like on the back. Now this lavender that's towards the front, it looks a little bit better, but it still don't look the best. As y'all can see, the bottom is like look like it's dead, it's woody, but I still have some greenery on top. And then we got our rosemary that we was experimenting with. It don't look the best, but we're gonna leave it alone because I still want to see if I can actually get some roots to grow on this one. I'm probably a little bit far-fetched on it, but I'm gonna just leave it be for right now. Then we got our volunteer marigold in this bed. I do feel like these 2 marigold plants may be too close together, but I'm not gonna worry about that for right now. I don't know the variety of this marigold, but I do know the variety of this one. This one is a safari tangerine marigold. Then we got our English thyme right here that's doing amazingly well. I was actually telling y'all in the last video that I tried the basil, English thyme, marigold, and calendula in a tea, and it tasted so much like a chicken broth. I don't know what it was about it. I don't know if it was the thyme or the basil that make it just taste like it's like a vegetable type chicken broth situation. So I am going to harvest some of our herbs from this bed, and like I said, I'll come back through to harvest those once we're done doing the garden tour, and I'll just show y'all what we end up with. And then right here, this is the best our French marigolds have ever done for us. And I'm saying like we've been gardening for years and years. We just started gardening last year, but last year I could not keep marigolds alive for nothing in the world. I have not really had to come through to deadhead these marigolds or anything, but these are doing so incredibly well. I want to say I got these from a plant sale and they were very inexpensive, so I don't really remember the variety, but I do know it's a French variety because it's kind of short. So yeah, and then we got another volunteer marigold that I'm probably gonna pull out because it's way too close to this other stuff that's growing. We got our I think this is called a Flora Glory plant. And I always tell y'all the reason why I ended up with this one was because when I went to the nursery, the bees were so attracted to this flower. So that's why I ended up getting that. Over here, this is one of our late blooming or late started pepper plants. So it was looking like a Charlie Brown tree because some type of pest had came through and tore it down to the bone. And y'all can really see it right there. But I was like, you know what, I'm not gonna pull it up. I'm gonna see if this plant comes back. And as y'all can see, we got new greenery coming through on it. We got buds that's starting to form, and we got flowers. And this is actually a Melrose variety because we thought we was gonna lose our Melrose plant that we got in our Easy Cube bed, but it's still thriving for us. So I decided to just keep this pepper plant as well and see what happens with it. Our MVP bed that's on the patio area, our pepper bed, y'all see what it's doing. It's doing incredibly well. I harvest so many peppers from this plant, and it's still giving us so many peppers. And I was telling y'all before that I'm really tired of the shishito peppers, and I remind y'all of that every time I show y'all the shishito peppers. But I was like, I want to keep the plant growing. If all else fails, I figured out a way to store the peppers. A few people was telling me for storing purposes on the shishito peppers that I can dehydrate them. Y'all, I have dehydrated them. I have made seasoning out of them. I have used them for fresh eating. I have gave some away. Like, I even had my daughter mix in some with some Brussels sprouts to see what that tastes like. And that was my least favorite way to eat the shishito peppers. So won't be doing that again. But I just been having fun with them, just trying different things since we got so many of them. So I definitely encourage y'all to have fun with y'all harvests. If y'all have an abundance of something growing and y'all kind of like, what is that? A wasp. If y'all have an abundance of something growing and y'all kind of like trying to figure out ways to use it, just have fun with your harvests. Don't throw them out. Even if y'all have to give them away, give them away. But my next form of trying to preserve these shishito peppers, though, I keep on saying I'm gonna go ahead on and order me a vacuum sealer. That's how I think I'm gonna do them. I'm gonna order a vacuum sealer, vacuum seal them, and put them in the freezer to see how they store that way. Because I don't know until I try. So yeah, that's what we're gonna do. But anyways, over here on this side, we got our Melrose peppers that's growing. They're actually turning red. So we're gonna harvest these red ones off of here. And as y'all can see, we got a little hole. We got a little hole in this one from something coming through. So we're gonna get rid of that one. But yeah, that's what this side of the bed is looking like. Now over here, y'all, we got our lima beans growing in this bed. These are the lima beans that we actually succession sowed. So on this side is the beans that we started off first, and we're actually starting to get beans to form on this plant. I don't know if that wasp is still in here. That's why I'm trying to be very careful, y'all, because I don't want to disturb it. But as y'all can see, we got some lima beans that's forming on this plant. They haven't made the actual beans in the pod, but they are starting to form. And we got a bunch of them with just like little teeny tiny cute little lima beans that's forming on there. I was once upon a time a little bit worried about these because it is so hot. But I really truly feel like this cover that we got on here is really helping preserve these beds and making them do their thing. Now, I was looking at how these beans are growing. These were supposed to be all bush beans, but it's almost like they're a pole bean because they're starting to trellis up this little pole that's in the bed. So I don't know what that's about, but I ain't gonna complain. Long as it's giving us beans, I'm not gonna complain about it at all. It's doing good. So y'all, I'm gonna insert this clip in. We actually do have lima beans that have formed, y'all. I didn't notice this the first time I was showing y'all this bed, but we got quite a few lima beans in here. And y'all know my curious mind is not gonna let me come out here and show y'all this without harvesting one to see what it looks like inside, to see if the beans are actually forming. Like, I feel something, but this is my first time ever growing lima beans. So let's see what's inside of here. Let's see. I don't have my tripod either, y'all, because this was supposed to be a real quick run. So I'm gonna open this up and then I'll show y'all what's inside. Oh no, wait, maybe I will be able to show y'all. Y'all, I don't even know how to harvest a lima bean. Okay, let's see. Look, OMG. Now they probably can go a little bit longer, so I'm not gonna harvest anymore. But I just wanted to see what it looked like. Look at that, y'all. So we're gonna need quite a few of these because it's only 3 beans per pod. But I feel like I got a good amount in that bed. I do think I want to start some more though. This is so Beautiful. Okay, but like I said, this will just be inserted into the video. We got our basil in here that's starting to flower. I'm not gonna try to stop this basil from flowering. I'm gonna just let it flower and do its thing, and then I'll just collect seeds from it, because y'all seen we got basil in the other beds and it's doing really well. So I'm gonna just leave that basil to flower and let it do its thing. Yep, so that's what's in this bed. And then I also got a marigold that's on the opposite side that's still trying to do something. Let me try to see if I can take y'all over there so y'all can see it. Yeah, so we got a marigold that's over here that we just threw in here because we had an extra marigold, so I just threw it in this bed. And y'all, we are in the 90s yet again. Yet again, and it don't seem like we're gonna get no type of relief no time soon. Fun fact, if you're not familiar with our area, southern Alabama area, usually around July and August, those are like the two hottest months for us. So the fact that I still be trying to hang on to these plants and still trying to drop stuff down, it's almost like I'm spinning my wheels, but it is what it is, y'all. I'm gonna keep on keeping on with it. But yeah, all right, now anyways, now we're under the tree area, so I'm gonna show y'all what everything is looking like over here. So we still got our issue with the squirrels coming through and taking our sunflower heads, but they haven't been doing as bad as they were doing before, because as y'all can see, these sunflower heads just died out. I don't think they really care for the flavor of these. That's why they left them alone. They seen they ain't really what it's all cracked up to be when it comes to flavor, I guess. So this is the Sunfinity sunflower, and I got this from a plant sale for $2.50. I don't know what this is. I think this is a weed. And if it's not a weed, I don't want it growing in this bed, so I'm going to treat it as a weed and just pull it up. At first, I was thinking it was a marigold, but I don't know, y'all. Let's just throw it out. And then right here is our bucket of miscellaneous stuff, like stuff that may have overgrown on the plant that I just didn't want to take in the house. Stuff that like old soil or anything like that, I just put it in this bucket. It's kind of like a composting type of section, but I just throw little random stuff, knickknacks in there. And then right here we got the peanuts that are still doing incredibly well, y'all. I am so ready to be able to harvest these peanuts. It still has flowers coming through on it. Then we got a weed right here. Let's pull that. I let that get way too big. Y'all know I like to come through and peek and check on the peanuts. I need to leave it alone. But look at it. Look at that. I'm just curious to see what it look like in the inside. If it's like a fully grown peanut with the casing on it, or if it's just still, yeah, it's still in the I'm growing stages. So yeah, that's what it look like in the inside, y'all. They are still forming. They take a long time, so you definitely got to pack some patience with these peanuts, but I ain't been bothering them, y'all. Like I said, I come through and peek at them every once in a while, but that's all I've been doing for real with them. Y'all was stressing to me that I need to put our comfort in the ground because it's struggling. For me, y'all, this comfort being in this bucket works out perfectly fine. I don't want it to like spread and be hard to uproot it when it's time to uproot it. That's why I'm just leaving it in this bucket. It works out for us. It's a very forgiving plant. Do I need to come through and clean it up? Absolutely. But I feel like that's something that I'll deal with when the weather starts to break a little bit. Those are the type of tasks, miscellaneous tasks, that I'll take care of then. And right here we have our mint. Our mint that is so very forgiving. It almost looks like something else growing in there with it. Y'all leave in the comments, is this that's growing here with this mint, is this a part of the mint, or is this, no, I don't think that's part of the mint. I think that's look at that. Oh, it smells like mint. Before I pull all that out, y'all tell me, is this part of the mint? Because it don't look like the mint that I know, which is that right there. So y'all help us sister out. And then I see little flowers being formed on it. So I'm almost thinking that's a weed. Then right here we got our pineapple guava trees. We got 2 of those. They still doing pretty good. You know, we got some foliage that look a little old and raggedy, but we also got foliage that's coming through as new growth. So I've been trying to keep these watered the best way I know how, because I know that if you don't water them properly, then you get the risk of the plant possibly dying. So that's why I've been trying to stay on top of the watering. Over here we have our blueberry bushes. I was thinking about giving away these blueberry bushes, but then I changed my mind. I was like, I'm gonna keep them. I'm gonna keep them and see what they do. And the reason why the thought of me giving them away crossed my mind is because I'm the only one that eats blueberries in the house. I've been trying to be intentional about growing things that all of us in the house eat, not just me. Don't just think about myself, because I'll throw some down quick and be like, oh, I love this. Then come to find out, my baby don't eat it, Tony don't eat it. So it's like, girl, grow something that they like too. So that's another thing. And I just felt like it was taking up quite a bit of space with these 3 plants being right here. But As of now, I'm gonna keep them. So I let go of the thought of giving them away in my mind. I'm not gonna throw them out. If I do decide to get rid of them, I'm definitely gonna give them away if I decide to go that route. But for right now, I think I'm gonna leave them right where they at and just see what happens with them. Our rose bush is doing exceptional. Every time we pass this rose bush, I gotta let y'all know it's doing so well. The only thing I fertilized it with was when I first put it down, I used the rose tone, and then I come back through every 6 weeks and I fertilize it with our tiger bloom. That's it. That's all. The soil that I have it growing in, dang, what soil did I use, y'all? I want to say I used the soil that I buy locally to us, so, but I'm not 100% sure. Don't quote me on that. So yeah, that's our rose bush. This is actually our rose bush that produces pink blooms. I do think I'm gonna add 2 more rose bushes next year to our garden because I just like having them. I'm more so leaning towards the fragrant ones though, not the double knockout ones like we got by the greenhouse, which I'm gonna show y'all those as well. I still haven't dropped down any more cucumbers. I'm waiting, y'all, because these cucumbers right here that I dropped down last, I feel like they're struggling. And the only reason why they're struggling is because it's so hot. I had a shade cloth over this, but it kept on blowing off. And I know what y'all are thinking, well, girl with soil, why you won't just get a way to make it, like, stake it down? That'd be too much like right for me, y'all. So moving along. We got our ground cherry that is doing a little some for us. I got to come through and water this. I got to water this whole garden. Possibly when I get back home this evening, I'm going to do it. We got our other rose bush. I love this rose bush. This is my favorite one. And I'm going to remind y'all of that every time I show y'all this one. I think it's my favorite because it produces the white blooms and it produces the red blooms. So this one look a little bit rough, but we got more buds coming through. And I treat this one the same way I treat the other one and the ones by the greenhouse. And just in case you are new and you may be interested in this rose bush, this is the name of it. It's the Pope John Paul II rose. And the other rose bush I showed y'all was the Lady X, and that's a cut rose. Yep, so I usually cut these and I take them in the house, and they, like I said, the scent of it smells so good. And they don't attract like gnats and stuff, so that's another reason why I really like it. Over here, we got our squash that we dropped down late in the game, specifically for my daddy. I do see that we're about to start getting some male flowers that's gonna be blooming open very, very soon. I do notice that usually with the squash or watermelon, zucchini, things like that, usually the male flowers will pop up first, and then later on down the line you'll get the female flowers, but it's a lot of male flowers that's on here. Yep, so hopefully we don't have an encounter with the squash vine borer like everybody else do. Hopefully we're able to get a really nice harvest from this, because something that'll warm my heart so much is if I'm able to give my daddy some squash and he don't have to go to the store to get it, because he loves squash. So yep, that's what we're working with right there. Over here, it ain't too much to see over here, y'all. This is one of our lemon green stalks. We got beans that's growing in here that's not doing good at all. These are beans that we dropped down late in the game. And then we also have a Minnesota midget melon variety. So it got male flowers on it, but no female flowers yet. And I'm gonna turn it this way just so that direct sun won't be on the melons, because that's the only thing that I feel like I'm gonna be able to get from this plant. But I'm gonna leave the beans in here for now, because if they don't do anything else, at least they'll be able to, feed into the soil for when we plant something else in there for the fall. Nothing is in our tomato green stock yet, so we're gonna skip past that. We got our other green stock. This is the raspberry green stock. We got our snap peas in here. I told y'all I don't think they're gonna really do anything, so I am gonna drop some more down probably around September or October to see how they do for us, because they like cooler weather. Then we got our tomato plant that we're growing in the green stock. It got a lot of flowers on it, but because it's been so hot, I don't know if we're gonna get any tomatoes from this plant specifically, and it's starting to get diseased. And the other day I came out here, I seen caterpillars biting on it, so yeah. But we got some tomatoes down here that then popped out. I'm just waiting for them to start blushing at least a little bit. Then we got some more that's right there in the middle. Yep, so we got a few that's coming through on here despite the heat of this weather. And then up top, I got a mini love watermelon that's not doing so well, so I don't expect to get anything from that. And then we got a zinnia flower right here at the top. Now, I have been able to harvest beans from this green stock. This is our cherry blossom green stock. These are the beans that was like, they was on halt for a good little minute, but they finally started producing beans. And yeah, I've been able to eat them fresh. They ain't been producing enough to where I'm able to make a whole meal, so I just eat them fresh and be done with it. And I think these are the Blue Lake Bush, if I'm not mistaken. So yeah, you got to be very careful when growing beans because it's easy for them to blend in with the actual foliage. So definitely try to make sure you're checking your plant and getting your harvest. So yeah, that's what that looks like. And then right here we got our basket weave lemon green stalk with our zinnias and sunflowers in it. We'll begin zinnias blooming very, very soon. These are the ones that we actually started indoors. I can't wait for those to pop open. I know every time I show y'all the zinnias, y'all be like, didn't you say you ain't like zinnias? I didn't realize how many varieties of zinnias it was, so I just had to find the right variety. That's what it was, y'all. We still got bugs coming through eating up stuff. Then we got our sunflower right here. This is I think the kindergarten sunflower. Either the kindergarten or the dwarf incredible. And then the bugs came through and ate this one. I know I had a bigger one down here. Yeah, we got one right here too. Then another sunflower. These bugs love these sunflowers, y'all. But I feel like at this point, y'all, don't try to fight with these pests. It's too hot outside to be trying to fight with these pests. Get what you can get and don't catch a fit. That's what I've been doing. Getting what I can get and I ain't catching no fit about it. Now over here we got our herb green stalk. We got some more germination on our herbs that we started. The only thing is I don't know what herbs they are and I really don't care too much what herbs they are. I'll find out what they are once they really bloom up. And then of course we got our dill down here. I do know that because this whole tier right here I did for dill. Yep, and then I don't have nothing growing in the bottom tier yet. And then right here, this is the spot that we had tried to direct sow our zinnias in, and then bugs came through and ate it up. I find that for me in the summertime, like if y'all notice that when y'all direct sow something, bugs come through and eat it up, try starting it indoors if you have a long enough growing season to start it indoors. Let it get established and then bring it outside. That way you'll have a better chance of the plant actually doing something for you. Because a lot of times these bugs gonna come through, shut the whole scene down. Don't let them shut the whole scene down. Just figure out a different way to navigate through what they got going on. And this is our little green stalk with our peppers, our marigolds. We had melon growing out here, but I don't know if y'all seen my short or not. Our melon that we had growing over here was stillborn, so we had to go and get rid of that. I was able to take the seeds out of it though. Sorry about that avalanche, y'all. But we still got our shishito peppers coming through on all our plants, really. Our marigolds, they don't look the best. I really need to come through and pull the marigolds, if nothing else, because they look dead as a doorknob in this one. Oh, and we got nasturtiums in this too that ain't doing too much of nothing. They still been trying to pop out blooms, but it ain't nothing to run home about. Burnt the crisp. This my plant that I took that melon from, burnt the crisp. So there's that. For some reason, I ain't gonna say I forget to water this green stalk because I know I need to water it. I just don't water it. Yep, so it'll take me a few extra minutes to water it and I just still don't do right. Now here is our strawberry green stalk. Do y'all remember we were struggling with our strawberries at first when we first had brought them down here? I wish that ambulance had gone by this business now. I don't know if they parked around the corner or they just ran through. Hold on, y'all, let me let them pass by. All right, y'all, the ambulance and rolled past. Now, do y'all remember when I was complaining? I ain't gonna say complaining, I was voicing my opinion about our strawberry green stalk because they were doing so bad when we first moved them down here, but now they're doing so much better. Outside of the bugs coming through and eating the greenery a little bit, we ain't gonna worry about that too much because that's inevitable. We got runners coming through on here. We even got little strawberries, even though they teeny tiny strawberries. We got some strawberries coming through on here too. So these are little baby strawberries that's coming through. It ain't nothing to run home about. And for one, they be so mushy too. They be tiny and mushy, and I'm a texture type person, so I do not want no mushy strawberries. Yep, so like if you see stuff like this on your plant, go ahead on and cut it off. That way your plant can really show out for you. Yep, and like these little leaves with like the black spots on them, you know, go through and cut those off too. I'm not gonna do that today because I don't have time to do it. But I do plan to come out here and clean this plant up like I did before. And another fun fact that someone shared with me last year, and I actually tried it out, you can actually use the leaves from the strawberry plants for tea. And then that right there is where you're gonna have a runner that's coming from too. So we got the berry cups from green stalk, and you can put them in this, or you can get like a little clear solo cup, anything that you can get your hands on as far as like to put some soil in and let your strawberry runners reroot. You can do that. Yep, so what is that? Is that a frog? Y'all look at that. Y'all look at Frank 2.0. It is so pretty. Oh, it's just over there just a chilling. I love that it found the home over here. Let me turn it around so it won't be in that direct sun. I know they don't like that sun too much. And then we also got the little butterfly pins. So these are from green stalk as well. The berry cups are from green stalk. And actually they'll be on sale by the time y'all get this video. So Definitely check that sale out if y'all are interested in any of the accessories for green stock. And look at him, the little lizard. This green stock, I need to go ahead on and break this green stock down. When I say break it down, I mean I just need to go ahead on and pull all this stuff out of here, except our tiny Tim alyssums, because I feel like when it start to cool down a little bit outside, these gonna show out for us. Yep, but everything else in here is burnt to crisp. This is another tiny Tim alyssums. Now, even though these petunias, they don't look the best as far as the greenery go, but the actual flower is beautiful. Oh yeah, and shout out to y'all that checked out the short that me and Miss Helen did together on the collab, the Greenstock collab. I really enjoyed doing that. Y'all said y'all really enjoyed that. So if y'all didn't see that, go check that out. Check that short out. It was fun to make. And y'all check Miss Helen's channel out as well. Helen Plants. Thank y'all for y'all support on that video. But anyways, we over here at the greenhouse now. So let me show y'all what's going on over here. This is our other rose bush. This is actually the double knockout roses. These are the ones that don't have no fragrance to it, but they are so easy to care for. Like, I don't have to come through and deadhead it. They withstand the heat. It's been hot as I don't know what outside, and this plant still looks amazing. So put it in some soil, add a little rose tone, and fertilize it every 6 weeks with some type of fertilizers that's made for like blooming plants. And that's all you got to do really to take care of it. And I don't think you really have to do the fertilizer as far as like the liquid based fertilizer. I don't know if that's necessary for you to do or if I'm just being over dramatic with it. But I read that roses like fertilizers. So that's why I've been doing it every 6 weeks. And this is our other double knockout rose that's on the opposite side of our greenhouse. And the greenhouse is from Vego, just in case if anybody was wondering. And inside of here, it's hot as ooh. So I ain't gonna be up in here too long. As y'all can see, it's 106 degrees, even with the shade cloth. So if you live in a cool climate and you want something that'll help you like extend your growing season, definitely recommend getting you a greenhouse, even if it's not this one. Try to find you a greenhouse that actually holds heat well when it comes to the winter time, because I already know this one holds heat well even in the winter time. So just the FYI, if y'all are looking for ways to extend your growing season. I definitely have our link for Greenstock and Vego in the description if y'all are interested in this exact greenhouse or this specific greenhouse. Now in here we have our peppers that are growing. Our peppers showing out for us, y'all. Like, they doing a big one. A lot of growth, and it just looks happy. Then over here we got our California Wonder bell peppers. And I don't know if I said this, but this is our orange bell pepper over here on the opposite side. We got our Bush Goliath tomato plant. It looked like it's getting disease on it, but you know, that's expected around this time of the year. And then plus it's just so hot. But we got a little tomato that's popping up right there. Then we got another one that's over there that's popping up. And we got more flowers. So hopefully they'll give us some tomatoes. And then I told y'all before, this little spot right here is actually gonna be for our other tomato variety that we got growing inside of the garage. Then we got a basil over there in the corner. Now I'm trying to speed this up because my baby, she got a hair appointment that I got to take her to. I don't even got my phone out here to see what time it is so I can keep up with the time. I would hope that she will peek her head out the window and be like, Mama, it's time to go, if I'm running behind. But yeah, my baby going to 10th grade, y'all. I'm just trying to make conversation while we walk over to the garage. But my baby going to 10th grade, y'all. It's so crazy. I got a 14-year-old. It still be blowing my mind. My bad, y'all. The camera cut off on y'all because it was burning up. This is what Megan was talking about when she said a hot girl summer. Anyways, let me hurry up and do this real quick. So we're in the garage now. I'm about to show y'all the seeds that we started together and how they're doing now. Told y'all we got some leggy seedlings. I'm definitely gonna up pot these tomorrow, and I'll record that because when I up pot these, I'm gonna actually start some more seeds with y'all, and I'm about to extend our seed starting station too. So just the FYI, we're gonna do all of that in the next video. But our broccoli has germinated, our Georgia collards have germinated, and our other broccoli have germinated. So we got the long harvest broccoli, we got the Sun King broccoli, and we got the Georgia collards. All of those germinated. The only thing that didn't germinate was the blue collards. So I'm not sure what that's about. I don't know if it was a mistake on my behalf or it just needed a little extra time to germinate, or maybe the seeds just didn't do well for us, which is fine. Yep, it's perfectly fine. If anything, I'll probably just start some more to see how they do. Now down here, these are the seeds that we started the very first time we started seeds, and I just feel like it was just way too hot for them. So as y'all can see, none of our Brussels sprouts sprouted up. Our oregano is finally starting to sprout up. Y'all can see that little teeny tiny greenery right there. Then we got our celery that did sprout up, but it ended up dying out. Then we got our celery over here. It has sprouted up. I think like a day and a half ago I've seen that those had sprouted up. And then we got our porcupine orange calendula. It's not doing too well. And then we got our lemon balm. The lemon balm sprouted up too, but as y'all can see, it has died out. And then our Sun King broccoli, it ain't doing good either. So we ain't really worried about this Sun King broccoli though, because we got a bunch of it that we have that germinated and it's doing well. So, but yep, these are the ones that we started first on the 14th of July. But for the most part, they're dud. Even the ones that sprouted up, they kind of died back down. But we ain't gonna worry about that. We ain't gonna cry over spilled milk. We got us a tomato plant. I showed y'all this either last video or a couple videos ago. It's still doing this thing for us. We got some peppers. We got the early jalapeno and the Jimmy Nardello peppers. These are the ones that I plan on putting in the greenhouse. And then I think this is a early jalapeno as well. I really don't think I need all of these pepper plants, but we're gonna see what survive and what don't. And look, we finally got chives right, y'all. The chives doing good for us. Yep, can't complain when it comes to the chives. Because y'all know my first time I tried to start chives, they wasn't doing good. Now we got seeds that we started in another spot, but I can't show y'all that right now. It's actually for a collaboration video, so I can't show y'all how those are doing yet. But y'all will see them in the future in the video. And I was telling y'all we were gonna extend our germination area. So this is the shorter Vego grow light. We're gonna add this as well. We're gonna add it right here in this little spot right here. It ain't real big. And then it's just basically half the size of the big Vego grow light area. We're gonna add this on and we'll put this together in the video when I start the other seeds. Now unfortunately it's time for me to go take my baby to her appointment because I am running so far behind. So I'm gonna have to let y'all go. We won't even be able to harvest in this video, but I'm gonna harvest everything I need to harvest tomorrow and I'll record that. So basically the video that I plan on doing tomorrow, and I don't know when y'all gonna get it, probably a couple of days from now y'all will get it, but I plan on starting some more seeds, up potting our seedlings, harvesting, and putting this other grow light station together. So that's gonna be the next video. I hope y'all enjoyed kicking it with me today. I enjoyed y'all so much as always. If y'all made it to the end of this video, make sure y'all like, comment, subscribe, and hit that notification bell, and leave a pepper emoji since we were just talking about peppers. And I'll see y'all in the next video.